We are looking at the Pythagorean theorem here, and this IXL skill is 7ZL. Let's pull this up. Before we get into it, we need to label certain things. You see how this is labeled C? That's called the hypotenuse of this triangle. It's a right triangle. And this theorem works only with right triangles. Now, these two sides are A and B, and A and B are called the legs, and it really doesn't matter which one you're calling A and which one you're calling B. The one that does make a difference, what you call it, is C, the hypotenuse, and it is always the longest side. So it is always longest. And it is opposite the right angle. So like that, opposite. So the theorem is this. It's called the Pythagorean theorem. Is A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So we're looking for the hypotenuse, C. We don't know that yet, but we can plug in the other values. B, in this case, I have 12, and A, I have 5 in that position. So they're plugged in. 25 plus 144 equals C squared. We're going to go ahead and add these. Pull that up. $25 plus 144. And you're going to get 169. So you're left with 169 equals C squared. They didn't ask for that. They asked for C by itself. So what you need to do is just hit the square root button on your calculator. So you square root both sides, and you're going to get C equals, and let's make sure, 13. And it works that way each time. You can remember the Pythagorean theorem with this triangle. This is a very basic triangle, and it's your friend. It's what's called a 3, 4, 5. So if we look at this guy, and go ahead and get rid of that one. You'll see it making more sense. It's also easier to remember it with this one because the numbers 3, 4, and 5. So we've got A squared plus B squared equals C squared. 3, 4, and then C squared. 9 plus 16 equals C squared. 25 equals C squared. We get the square root button. 5 equals C. And there is your 3, 4, 5. It's an easy way to remember these.